Hello guys, today we are starting our chapter or course named Manufacturing Processes. The course we are studying is extracted from the book named Fundamentals of Modern Technology, Material Process and System. This is a book by Michael P. Grover and it's a fifth edition. We are studying our course that is manufacturing processes, so it is not a complete book. It's some kind of chapters included in this. In this video, we are going to tell you some introduction about manufacturing processes. First of all, the question is arising here that what is manufacturing? It is a process of converting a raw material into the final product. For example, there is a product, it's a metal, it's an expensive thing, but when we apply processes and machineries on it, it's become more expensive. So why this is becoming like this? This is due to a manufacturing process. Manufacturing process is actually includes casting, powder processing, forming, machining, surface processing, joining. Basically, there is a rule on which manufacturing process depend. There is a concept, we make it a design, and then it gives us a virtual product. This comes to a process when a raw material come, manufacturing process has to be done upon it. There are a series of processes, then there is a final product or final part. Manufacturing process is important in a way of technologically, economically, and also historically. Manufacturing is important technology. Technology can be defined as application of science to provide society and its member with those things that are needed or desired. Technology provides product that helps our society and its member live better. What do these products have in common? They are all manufactured because raw material is not of any use for the human being. It's actually uh, the manufactured part, the machinery that we have done processes on it, so it's become useful for the human being. Manufacturing is essential factor that makes technology possible. How manufacturing is important economically? There are some census, some reports. Manufacturing is meant by which national creates material wealth, and it's also important in wealth. Historically, it is important because every civilization have made something, manufactured something. There are another techniques. Some have others. Some are new. Some are old. So these are all the basically the manufacturing techniques. So historically, we get some major concepts for the manufacturing processes. What is manufacturing? It's a word it's a Latin word mean manus, which means in English hand, and factus make. The combination means that the thing made by hand. It's a simple things. You may watch it. Technology manufacturing is defined as the application of physical and chemical process to alter the geometry properties or appearances of giving starting material for use economically to increase the worth of a part and adds values to some material. These are some historical notes who made the things. Manufacturing industries. There are three types of industries: primary industries, secondary industries, and tertiary industries. We are focused on the secondary industries because manufacturing is the principal activity. Because primary industry include mining, agriculture, that is natural. Tertiary includes banking and education, and the secondary is manufacturing related industry. Most secondary industries are companies that do manufacturing, others are construction and power generation. Manufacturing includes beverages, chemicals, and food processing. These technologies are not covered in this. For our process, manufacturing means production of hardware, the things that are harder, or I think it's our use of in industries, military weapons, computers, boards, nuts, etc., and also includes plastic and ceramic products. These are some tables that which of the products are included in primary industry, which are in second industry, which are in tertiary industries. Production quantity, the quantity of products Q that is made by a factory it is called production quantity. There are different ranges, production rates of different industries. Some are low production, some are medium production, some are high production. Low production includes 1 to 100 units, medium production includes 1000 to 10,000 units, and high production includes 10,000 to an infinity or million of units. Product variety refers to different product types produced in a plant. If if an industry produce more variety, then its production rate will become low, because to increase variety, we need to lower the production rate, so we increase the variety. It is an inverse correlation. There is an inverse correlation exists between product variety P and production quantity Q. There is a graph, you see here, that product variety is in y-axis and production quantity is in x-axis. When the production variety is high, then production quantity is low. That is this point. At this point, sum of quantity increase but production decrease. So it is high production, low variety, low production, high variety. And this is the same manner, PQ relationship. Production quantity and product variety, this is same as I said above. There is an inverse correlationship. It is, if you want to say, this is not so important. Manufacturing capability. A manufacturing plant consists of a set of process and system designed to transform a certain limit ranges of material into products of increased value. So there are three building blocks: material, processes, and system. Manufacturing capability refers to the technical and physical limitations of a manufacturing firm and each of its plants. For example, if you want to make an industry which includes 7 CNCs, but you have not enough spaces, so you are facing difficulties to do the same procedure for doing for making that plant. So capability, you don't have capability to make this plant. Manufacturing capability includes technological processing capability, physical product limitation, and also production capacity. How technological processing capability, the available and set of manufacturing process in plant, how many types of process you do in your plant. This is technological processing. Physical product limitation, that what is your the production, how much production is your plant doing per annum or per month. It's depend upon the industry. Production size and weight effect, production equipment, material handling equipment, blah blah. These are all the things. Production capacity, the production quantity that can be produced in a given time period, for example, a month or a year, is referred to the production capacity. That is same as above. There are different materials that we use in manufacturing. Some are metals, ceramics, polymers. We are just going through an introduction. We will study all the things in near future in other videos. Materials in manufacturing. Most engineering materials can be classified into three basic categories: metals, ceramics, polymers. Their chemistries are different, their mechanical and physical properties are different, and so much. They are totally different from each other. In addition to three basic categories, there are composites that are non-homogeneous of other three types of category of materials. If we mesh metal with ceramics, they are metal ceramic composites. If we mesh metal with polymers, they are metal polymer composite. If we mesh ceramics and polymers, these are ceramic polymer composites. This is the Venn diagram of these basic three. Metals. What are metals? Metals are basically used in manufacturing. I use alloys. They are used for manufacturing alloys. Composed alloys are two or more elements mixed in different proportions, at least one of which are metallic. Two basic groups. Ferrous metals based on iron comprises 75% of metal tonnage. Metal tonnage. Steel is equal to iron carbon alloy with 0.02 to 2.11% of carbon. Cast iron, this one. Non-ferrous metal, all other metallic elements and their alloys. Non-ferrous, the when we deal with ferrous, which includes iron and its alloys, but when we deal with non-ferrous, all the ferrous metals are excluded from this category. This includes magnesium, nickel, silver, tin, titanium, etc. And you can also search too much on Google or any other source. Ceramics. What are the ceramics? Ceramics is a compound containing metallic or semi-metallic and also sometimes non-metallic elements. Typically, non-metallic elements are oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon. I give you example of some ceramics. Ceramic include bricks that we use for constructions. Also, yes, it includes the or sinks that are in washroom or tiles, tough tiles, etc. These are all the ceramics. Traditional ceramics such as clay, modern ceramics such as alumina, glass is most based on silica SiO2. A compound formed of repeating structural units called MERS, whose atoms share electrons to form very large molecules. These compounds are known as polymers. There are three types of polymers: thermoplastic polymers, thermosetting polymers, and elastomers. These are basically plastic materials in simple language. Thermoplastic polymers can be subjected to multiple heating and cooling cycles. We can melt it and solidify it, again melt it, again solidify it for different shapes. Thermosetting polymers are their molecules are chemically transformed to a rigid structure upon cold from heating plastic conditions, and elastomers exhibit significant elastic behavior. Composites, a material consisting of two or more phases that I have told you before. So these are composites. A phase, a homogeneous mass of material, such as grains of identical unit cell structure in a solid metal, is known as single phase material. Usually, structure consists of particle or fibers of one phase mixed in other phase. These are the summary of the materials in manufacturing: metal, ceramics, polymers, composites. This is the Venn diagram. Now we move toward manufacturing processes. There are different manufacturing process operation. First are shaping, property enhancing. Manufacturing processes include casting process, which are subdivided into ingot casting, crystal growing, sand casting, shell molding, slurry molding, and these are all the deforming processes: open die, impression die, closed die, rolling, extrusion, drawing, deep drawing, swagging, shearing, bending, stretching, forming, stretch forming, bulging, braiding, flanging, hemming, seaming, explosive forming. Machining includes turning, boring, facing, forming, drilling, milling, threading, broaching, etc. These are all the types. We discuss these are in separate chapters, separate videos in detail, but this is a introductory video. This you can also see this. Manufacturing processes. There are basically two types of manufacturing processes. First, processing operation transforms a work material from one state of completion to more advanced state. For example, there is a cylindrical rod. We need uh, we need threads on it. We will do machining on it and make some threads. Now the cylinder with threads is of more use, of more value. So we increase the value. Also, we make it more useful. Similarly, there is cylindrical wire. When we cut it and and hammer it, I'll tell you the name later. Then we made a nail from it. The nail is of more use. And there are other type assembly operation join two or more components in order to create a new entity called an assembly. Classification of manufacturing process. There is a previous video including all the things. Sorry, previous picture. Processing operation. After work part, shape, physical properties or appearance in order to add the value of the material. Three categories: shaping operation, that includes casting, forging, property enhancing, heat treatments, surface processing, plating and painting, etc. Shaping processes are four categories: solidification process, particulating process, deformation process, and material removing process. Solidification process include starting a material with a heating to transform it into a liquid. Then we pour it into the mold and leave it for some time to be solidifying. Then there is a desired part that is of net shape or near net shape. This particular process, we pour some powder in some shell-like structure, then heat it, melt it, and apply force on it. Then there is a required part. Then deformation process, we put a metal in it, apply force of and on a die with some shape, This is the desired shape. Extrusion is also injection or extrusion. Deformation processes include hot working. In hot working, rolling, extrusion, forging, cold working, deep drying, pressing, spinning, impact extrusion, all. Metal removal processes are turning, milling, and side milling, face milling, etc. Paralleling, rolling, milling. Waste and shaping processes. It is desirable to minimize the waste and scrap in the part. When we do machining and machining process, there are a lot of waste of material. The task of of an engineer or a student of manufacturing processes, you have a task to minimize that waste, that scrap. This scrap can be this scrap can be reduced by using techniques of manufacturing process. Casting and molding usually waste little material. Terminologies, there are two terminologies, near net shape and net shape. I have discussed it before. And I tell you, when most of the starting material is used and no subsequent machining is required to achieve final part geometry, then it is the net shape. And near net shape when some amount of machining is required on it. Surface enhancement. Shaping include deformation and etc. Shaping include casting and molding. That includes melting metal and again solidifying. Particulate deformation we discuss in detail. Material removal, property enhancing are heat treating, surface enhancing are surface treatment and coating. Assembly operation include permanent joining and mechanical fastening. Property enhancing processes performed. These are the processes that are performed to improve mechanical or physical properties of the working material. For example, if we need toughness, we do some process. If we need ductility, we choose another type of process. These are all included in heat treatment of metals. Sintering of powdered material and ceramics that we that I told you before here. This surface processing operation includes cleaning that may be done with chemical and other mechanical process to remove dirt, oil, and other contaminants. Surface treatments include sandblasting, physical process like diffusion, and also we do coating to prevent the base metal from attacking of corrosion or wear, etc. Assembly operations are basically the two or more separate parts are joined to form a new entity. For example, there is a two plates. There are two plates, and we are engaged it with some nuts and bolts. Then there are two separate assemblies, nuts and screws. So we combine it and make a new part of more worth of more value. This is basically the assembly operation. Some are joining process, which includes welding, soldering, adhesive bondings, and mechanical assembly that I have told. Fastening by mechanical methods, use of screws, bolt, nuts, threads, fastener rivets, pressing, fitting, expansion, etc. Production machines and toolings. Manufacturing processes are accomplished during machinery and tooling. Machine tools are power-driven machines that are mother of all machinery. Other production machines include presses. Some are presses that are used for stamping, forge hammers for forging, rolling mills for rolling sheets. Production equipment can be general purpose or special purpose. General purpose are for more flexible and adaptable to variety of jobs, but special purpose are designed for some specific parts. For example, big nuts are not be loosened or tightened by simple spanners. Production machinery usually requires tooling, which customizes the equipment for the particular part of product. These are production machines and tooling, production equipment and tooling used for various manufacturing processes. In casting, just molding machine, rolling mill, forging hammer, extrusion, press, stamping, press, machining, machine tools, grinding machine and welding machine. These are the processes. This is a task for you. Write down 5 manufacturing processes of polymer, matrix, composite. Also make figures. This is for your betterment, for your practice. You can send it to me by, if you have done it, you can comment in my video that you have done it. There is some little bit quizzes in near assignments, near lectures. Be ready for it. Best of luck for the course of manufacturing process. See you again in the next video. Till then, take care.